All right, hey, what's going on, guys? This video is for entertainment and education purposes only. Everything I say could be wrong. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Anyways, I guess this video I want to talk about urban warfare, man. Urban fucking warfare. Yeah. Well, let's see. What am I doing? Oh, I'll grab it. I'm going to grab a beverage. We'll go outside. Yeah, a lot of weird shit happening in the last, 24 to 48 hours or whatever. And sometimes these stories kind of disturb me, A lot of times I don't even care. Every once in a while something will disturb me. I would say one of the things that really disturbed me about the stabbing of the Ukrainian girl, whether it was a real story or not, is that they said that the guy's homeless. And I mean, that word is so abused, everybody, it's such a, anyways, whatever. Weird how you see these, never mind, I ain't even gonna get into it. So anyway, because whatever. You know how I am about all that shit. All right, let's see. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, this is gonna be good right there. There we go. Okay. What else do I need? Anyways, urban warfare. That's what I want to talk about. Urban warfare. Got a lighter. Yeah, man. So there's a lot of stuff about urban warfare I want to talk about if I can remember to. There's a lot of fucking crazy bugs out here in Texas, dude. When I pumped my gas this morning, it was this giant fucking squashed bug right at my feet while I was pumping the gas. I'm looking at it like, what the fuck is that? I hope they don't have those giant flying cockroaches here. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. So I've been working, but whatever. It's gonna get crazier. I'm glad. So whatever. Let's back to urban warfare. So in one of my last videos, I talked about how you can feel the tension when these kind of stories come out, like the one where the chick got stabbed. Dude, these stories, they blow up, right? And then you can see the effects. You can see how people, like I was talking about when I was in Walmart, and dude, it was obvious, right? So this is the thing, as much as people always want to talk about how politics isn't real, it's like that's a paradox. The statement that politics isn't real is a paradox. It's a contradictory statement that could nonetheless be true. And for one reason is because, I'm not going to go there because I don't want to debate with people on stupid shit. It's a waste of my time. So the way I'll put it is like this. Let's say that politics is fake, okay? The problem is all the millions and billions of people that believe that it's real. That's what makes it real. This is why, when you start dealing in paradoxes, it's like if a contradictory statement could nonetheless be true for whatever varying reasons, well, then both sides of that contradictory statement are true. Like that politics isn't real, but is real. That's a contradictory statement. That's a paradox. Because, like I said, if politics is not real, what makes politics real is that all the people that believe it. So, like, anyways, it's kind of a blanket statement to say that politics isn't real. Well, because, like the theatrical staged shit that they're showing us is politics may not be real, but all the people watching that believe it's real, they're politically charged, and they're gonna act based off of their belief systems, whether that belief is real or not. So, and you're never going to be able to convince people of stuff. Like, how often have you ever been able to convince anyone of anything? Like I could go and like talk about something, and people that already agree with me, they'll be like, "Yeah, that's true, Angry Hobo." But if I'm in a some kind of echo chamber where they don't even talk about that, then if I start talking about they're going to be like, "Shut up, man! You're so full of shit." Point is I'm not convincing anybody, whether I'm talking to someone who agrees with me or somebody who disagrees with me, because the person that agrees with me, I didn't convince them. They came to that conclusion on their own. So when have you ever like truly convinced? Try to think about the last time you ever convinced anybody of something. Anyways, urban warfare. So because you've got this going on, where you got the Ukrainian girl stabbed, then you got the fucking Charlie Kirk shot. These are both highly political, events. And like I said, when I was at the Walmart, man, you can totally tell. Like people are reacting and shit. And so like going into urban warfare, like for me personally, the next time I go to that Walmart, because I'm gonna have to go to that Walmart, I'm gonna dress a certain way. Okay. I'm gonna dress a certain way. It's kind of like this, like, in urban warfare, you don't know who's who, because your enemies dress like your friends and your friends look like your enemies. You don't know who's who. And it's really easy for me to appear as though I'm a liberal, Like I get mistaken for both sides. It depends on a person's perception. A person can look at me and they see a redneck. Somebody else will look at me and they see a hippie. It just depends. It's all perception. So, but anyways, let me take a drink of this. But I apologize. No, bro, this is like urban fucking warfare, man. So when I go out anywhere, if I go out now, I'm gonna dress a certain way, and it's really easy. It's like I have this vest. I just throw this vest on that I like, and then it'll make me appear as though I'm against Charlie Kirk. I'm totally like I'm just against Charlie Kirk. And and that I don't really care about some white Ukrainian girl getting stabbed. It just doesn't even, who cares? Whether it's true or not. Like, everybody's saying that Charlie Kirk's shit was faked. Everybody's saying that the girl's thing was faked. Nobody knows, dude. Nobody knows. Same with Trump's ear and all that. Nobody knows, dude. It's all speculation, man. It's like with homeless too, dude. Like there's fucking fake homeless people all over the place. And who thinks about that? Nobody. If they see a fake homeless person, they just get all pissed off. Oh, these fucking homeless people. They don't even know that they see some person that looks homeless and they start getting all, I'm so sick of these fucking homeless people. See, they don't even know that there's fake homeless people and that they're everywhere. And I've talked about this, they're called phobos. I call them phobos. Actually, I got that from my friend. But dude, like there's so many different types of fake homeless people. Like it's ridiculous. There's people that believe they're homeless when they're not. There's people that are like what you would call trust fund baby kids, that they want to go out and be homeless, but they're trust fund babies. So whenever it gets too difficult, they can always call their parents, and their parents are just waiting by the phone for them to call. And then when they call, they're like, Mom, will you send me $1,000? And Mom's like, of course I will, honey. Where are you at? All right. So, see, those are fake homeless people, dude. And there's fake homeless people everywhere. And it was like when Trump did the martial law thing where they went after the homeless. And they on the news, they were showing like a picture of the Capitol lawn. And you see all these tents. They're fucking brand new tents, dude. They're all brand new tents. And see, somebody that doesn't think about homelessness and doesn't know, they see these brand new tents and those fucking homeless people. I'm so sick of these fucking homeless. Dude, they're fucking brand new tents, dude, on the Capitol lawn at Washington, D.C. That's fake shit. That's fake. And see, and this is what's another thing that's interesting is people want to get all fucking like tripped out about, oh, they're showing this fake thing, that fake thing. Oh, these things are fake. But when it comes to the homeless, it doesn't even matter. Like they'll show like a picture of all these fucking brand new tents that are supposedly homeless people that we have. And they don't even care one way or another whether those are fake or not. And they like to believe that they're not fake because then they have somebody that they can feel superior to and be like, oh, I'm so sick of those fucking homeless people, Like there's so much fakery going on. And then you have like agents and shit that are pretending to be homeless. Watch the movie John Wick, like the second one or third one. Morpheus's character in the movie John Wick, he's like basically lives in an abandoned warehouse and he's got his army, his minions, and all of his minions are fake homeless people that are out in the streets pretending to be homeless. Like, dude, that shit's real. There's agents all over the place, undercover cops and shit that are pretending to be homeless. You got trust fund baby kids that are pretending to be homeless. The fucking government puts out fake brand new fucking tents on the Capitol lawn as part of their big headline story of, oh, Trump is going to go after the homeless and stuff. Like there's this constant fakery going on. And it's to me, what's funny is like people that get all tripped out about something being fake, but then something else could be fake and they don't even care one way or another. It's like, whatever. And I don't care if the Angry Hobo is telling me those tents are fake. Who fucking cares? We're talking about really important stuff that hasn't. Well, it's like, dude, why would they go to the trouble of creating a facade of homelessness that isn't there? And you're like, and then people are like, I don't even care. I don't even think about that because I'm thinking about Charlie Kirk and all this other shit. All the popular stuff is what I think about, because I'm so smart, I'm so in tune with, whatever, man. No, there are reasons that they're putting fake homelessness shit out in cities. And that doesn't mean that homelessness isn't real. It's very fucking real. Anyways, urban warfare. Well, the homelessness is a big part of urban warfare. Like, in domestic fucking warfare, dude, like, it's warfare, bro. Of course, you already know this. Otherwise, you'd be watching. But yeah, no. The movie. There's a good movie, but there's like a really great scene in the movie. What is that movie called? For some reason, I can never remember the name of that fucking movie. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and it's a Ridley Scott film, and it's about like the shit going on in Afghanistan or somewhere over there. And Leonardo DiCaprio is like an undercover kind of like special ops type guy for the military and working in high level fucking espionage shit. And Russell Crowe is in it, and Russell Crowe is like his handler. He's like a higher up in the U.S. government. I can't remember the name of that movie, but there's a really good scene like right at towards the very beginning, and it's like truth hidden in movie. It's hidden in the movie, but if you pay attention to what it's saying, it's like dropping a massive truth bomb. But it's hidden in the movie to where it just looks like it's just part of the movie, whatever. I forgot. Well, and that's where it got. It's like Russell Crowe's character is narrating what's going on, and he's talking about like in the urban type warfare scene that Leonardo DiCaprio is in. You can't tell your enemies from your allies because your enemies dress like your allies, and your allies dress like your enemies, and that's urban warfare, you know. And it goes in even in further depth in talking about like how. Well, I've done videos on it before, and I'd like to do a video on it. I have the movie at home, but I'm out of town right now. But I've gone over that clip before. Like it's such a great like 2-minute snippet of this movie. What is that movie called? I can't remember. But yeah, no, think about it. Your enemies look like your friends, and your friends look like your enemies. That's urban warfare. And like I'm telling you, when I go out now, after all this stuff with Charlie Kirk and the fucking Ukrainian girl and all this stuff, because right now I can be more easily perceived as a redneck than I can like a hippie. I'm just gonna throw on my hippie jacket when I go out, and then like you know, potential liberal people, they'll be less likely to mistake me for, you know, being some kind of redneck or something. Yeah, and going back to politics, it doesn't matter that if politics is fake or real, you know. That's why I get so frustrated with these stupid arguments. I mean, I'm telling you, it's fucking. These are agents that are pumping this shit all over the internet, and then everybody's parroting them like Pavlovian dogs. They just, you know, because it's all about trends and popularity and all this shit. It's a massive mindfuck online. But it's totally irrelevant. It's so trivial whether politics is real or fake, because what makes politics real in either case is the masses of people that believe it's real, whether it's real or not. They believe it's real. And so if you got all these people, for example, that believe that transgenders are being oppressed, and then they're going to believe that whether that's true or not. If you got all these people that believe that it's so important that transgenders have their own bathrooms and stuff, it doesn't matter whether that's true or not, or whether that's just some psychological psyop. It doesn't matter, because you got all these fucking masses of people that believe that transgender bathrooms are so important in today's day and age. So it doesn't matter that it's fake. If they're putting out this fake narrative about transgender bathrooms being important, it doesn't matter that it's fake. What matters is all the sheeple that they watch it on CNN and they believe it. And then they start getting upset. They go to use a public bathroom and they get upset because there's no transgender bathroom there, and then they start talking about how racism and the fascists and evil racists and all this shit. It's like, see, so you can go on and on about how politics is fake, but you think you're going to convince these people? You think you're going to convince these masses of millions of people that believe that the staged fucking circus sideshow is that you're not going to convince them? And that's what makes politics real. So I'm trying to think of an example. Well, let's say, I go and use the bathroom and there's some transgender there that's all upset because there's no transgender bathroom, and I'm just minding my own business, and I go to the bathroom, and then it starts yelling at me about how dare you have access to a bathroom and I don't, because I'm not, you fucking, and I'm just like, what? I don't know, what the fuck is the problem? And then next thing you know, boom, fucking blows my brains out. Well, was that real or not? Well, that would have been a real event, and it would have been a politically charged event that really happened because they've been pumping out all this fake theatrics of fake politics to fuck everybody's mind up, So whether this shit is real or not is less relevant than the impact that these stories have on society, man. And that's why it's dumb, trying to figure out whether or not the girl's stabbing was real or not. I mean, first of all, it looks real enough to where millions of people are going to believe it, whether it was real or not. And it looks real enough to where it doesn't matter how many videos you do pointing out all these minute details of how this is fake. And people on the other side of that argument have just as compelling arguments, arguing that it's not fake. Because have you seen a person get stabbed in the neck in real life? No. There's people that have. And just because just because it doesn't look like it does on the movies or something, you don't know. You're not you're not an expert on human anatomy, It's whatever, dude. Who fucking cares? If you're not an expert on human anatomy, then I'm not really going to be taking you serious when you go over this fucking video that looks like it was filmed through a fucking potato of a girl getting stabbed on a fucking bus or whatever. It's I don't know either way. I don't know. And really, what's more important is that the effect that this story is going to have in society, and how people are going to react to it. How is it going to affect my life personally is more important than that it was just some fake thing. It's going to have the same impact whether it was fake or not. As real as these are the two big events: the Ukrainian girl stabbing and the Charlie Kirk shooting. As real as both of those videos look, it's irrelevant whether they're fake or not, because the impact of those stories circulating in society, the impact on you, is what's more important. You better be careful. So, anyways, somebody's coming over here to bum a cigarette, I think. What's going on, man?
Hey, keep moving.
Sorry?
Here's what.
Yeah?
Sorry for the question, but would you give me or sell me a cigarette?
Almost. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I think that's like French or something, or maybe Brazilian, maybe. Anyway, yeah, no, but anyway, so but I wanted to talk about this because just as a kind of a friendly reminder, as far as urban warfare type shit goes, I mean, if you're in you don't, you can, like I said, I got my vest. If I throw that vest on, I look more like a hippie, which I can't stand hippies. And I'm not a redneck that I know of. I don't care. You can't box me into any of this faggot shit. But nonetheless, that's why I wear white shirts. Like a lot of times, I wear shirts with nothing on them because I don't care for people's assumptions about me. Like I don't fucking care, and I don't want to deal with people's false assumptions about me. Whatever the fuck they are. And so I I got into the habit, like in like 2015 or whatever, where I stopped wearing my Megadeth shirts and all this other shit. It's like, fuck that. I don't want people to, it's like, I just want to be left the fuck alone. I don't really have the luxury and freedom to wear a Megadeth shirt around without somebody assuming that I fucking shoot heroin or who knows what. Like, people are just crazy. Anyways, so whatever, but I still can't remember the name of that movie, but I do want to go into this some more because it's urban warfare, man. It's like, that's what events like that, whether they're real or not, when crazy stories like that start circulating, it starts to, the natives start to get restless, and they begin to, form like a bloodlust where they start like building up this faux rage and believe that they have some indignant reason to be violent, and then they're always looking for somebody an excuse to be violent, and they'll make up an excuse. They'll escalate a situation in a gang stalking type approach, escalate a situation, hoping that the person will react, and so then they can fucking they can retaliate with violence, because it's all justified because race, things like this, race is a good fake like rationalization of violence is because of someone's race or something. Yeah, but anyways, no, I'm gonna be, whenever I go into town, if I'm not in my if I'm not at work or in my motel, if I go out into town, oh yeah, dude, I'm just gonna throw on my vest so that it kind of looks like, I almost look like I'm a hippie or something. Is this guy a hippie? That's the other thing that's so weird is people are so obsessed with other people. Like they'll see you and then they just start thinking about you. They're like thinking about you. Kind of like fashion police. Fashion police, like not fascist police, fashion police. It's similar, basically the same thing. Fashion police and fascist police are the same thing. They judge you by what you look like. Fashion police, they see what you look like, and they're just they believe in their mind that they know everything about you by what you look like. That fashion police. No, not fascist police. Fashion police. It's basically the same thing, but it's pronounced fashion, not fascist. Fashion. Because, like I brought up many times, and no one ever talks about this either, is that the population are controlled through fashion and trends. Therefore, fashion police. It's all about what you look like. It's all about appearances. Everything is appearances and emptiness. What you look like is very important to everyone else around you. You can't just, like if I dressed how I wanted to, I would look like a bum, literally. And I'm not talking like just like a, I mean, like, I would look like I live in a fucking cave. If I could dress how I wanted to, I would have, my beard would be so fucking like crazy. My hair would be dreaded and I would be wearing like just tattered clothes if I dress how I want. Because that's where I come from, the streets. Once a hobo, always a hobo, you know? It's like in the scene in the movie The Matrix when Neo asks Morpheus, he says, I can't go back, can I? And Morpheus is like, well, if you could, would you want to? Once you've looked through the They Live sunglasses, like the homeless man John Nada in the movie They Live, once you've looked through them glasses, you never look back. You never do. You know? You never do. All of a sudden, once you look through them glasses, it doesn't even matter. What I'm wearing doesn't matter because, like, look at what's going on. Like, you look through them glasses, and all of a sudden, everything you thought was important is minimal in comparison to what you've discovered is true. and then, like, once you look through that lens, you never go back. Once a hobo, always a hobo. Yeah, if I could dress how I wanted to and look how I wanted to, I'd have a fucking crazy beard, fucking crazy fucking hair, and I'd be wearing my tattered hobo fucking clothes, man. But, you know, this is the land of the free, where you have the freedom to dress however you want. That's why I look the way I do. I mean, I'm serious. Fashion police. And so, yeah, appearances. You know, your enemies look like your friends, and your friends look like your enemies. See you, boys.